Good morning all, it's a warm and misty Saturday morning. Let's have a look at the average for this week then. So we had 16 crosses submitted this week, so thank you for those that submitted crosses. As we can see here, there's a cluster to the right and sort of a cluster to the left. Now I was in this cluster on this right hand side, because to me that's the best area I could get for them to be looking. But there's quite a few of you who have gone further to the left and higher up. So let me draw some lines quickly then of why I think it was more to the right than to the left. So if I look at his eye, it looks like it's looking in that direction. His other eye is going sort of in that direction. I personally don't think it's further to the left than that. If I look at the fella behind him, who looks like he's just looking over the top of his head, yeah, he's in that sort of direction, and his other eye does look as though he's looking a bit lower. So I think that the cross should be in that sort of diamond shape there. However, where I think it should be is irrelevant, and I shouldn't be thinking like that. I should be thinking, where do I think the judges are going to be put it? Now, if your crosses are any reflection of the judges' crosses, then some are going to be going to the right hand side where I've gone, and some are going to be the left hand side, in which case I think the average cross and where the judges will go will be slightly to the left of this right hand cluster. So let me click on the average and see where that is. So the average that's coming up with is 13661231. Because I think that's exactly what the judges will do. I think there'll be some to the right hand side there where a lot of us have gone, and there'll be another cluster up to the left there. So as much as I want to go further to the right, I think the average sort of makes sense in that it's going to be between, or sort of in the middle of, the two main clusters. So let me put the draggable target over there, which I regularly forget, and see how that looks. Okay, that's about it. That's roughly it. What do I think of that? I think that's good from the guy in the back. I think the background guy looks as though he could be looking directly at that zone 1 there. I suppose the guy at the front could be looking at it. I'm still tempted to think that I would personally put it further to the right. But, I mean, like I just said, it's not about where I think it is it? If some of the judges are going to do the same as we've done and gone, put some to the left, then it's going to pull the average winning cross further to the left than where I think it is. So I think, to be fair, I'm going to have to stick around that average cross there, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it. I'll only do my my one free ticket. So that's what I'm going to do this week. Right, let's move on then to Revcomps, because they added a new load of cars on Thursday night. So we've got another McLaren, Range Rover, Vogue, motorhome, mini convertible, Audi S3, Ford Transit, and a nice Skoda Octavia VRS Estate. So you may remember that in Monday's competition, I've got a couple of tickets on this camper van, because he's probably fed up of hearing it, but I say every week I'm after a camper van. That's my next target, is a camper van. So I got 2 tickets on that, because I went through the past winners of camper vans to see how many tickets I usually buy, and it's usually either 1 or 2. So I thought, okay, double my chances, I'll go for 2 tickets. Oh, while I remember, I looked at the results for Thursday of that RS6. Because quite a few people had spent £900 or £1,000 on 5 tickets for the RS6, and the guy that actually won the RS6 had only bought 1 ticket. So fair play to him. I mean, how gutted is that for those that spent £1,000 on tickets, thinking, well, the maximum tickets you could buy was 5, and yet I didn't win. And some guy had probably bought a ticket early and had it discounted for 180 quid, and he won it. But good luck to him. He took a chance. 180 quid is still a lot of money to spend on a ticket. He took his chance and it paid off. The other one I looked at, now I don't particularly want this Audi S3 Quattro. I do love an S3, I think it's brilliant. But the odds are 3,999, and where is it? There. And the tickets were £6.27, so I thought, not a bad price, low tickets. And when I clicked on it, there was this nagging voice in my head said, Mark, that's your car. You're going to win that car, it's your car. I don't know why, but I couldn't ignore it, could I? When you get this nagging voice in your head. I'm sure that's a psychiatric problem, but still, I went for it, and I got a ticket for this Audi S3. Would I ever drive it? I don't know if I'd replace my car with it, because it's 4 years older. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. The one I would replace my car is the Skoda Octavia VRS Estate, because that was a bit dearer. It was £8.97 a ticket. I think there was 5,000 tickets on this one, or 4,999. But when I look at the spec on that, 2-litre turbo diesel, 7-speed, paddle shift, 200 brake horse, Skoda warranty until 2024. Every one of the extras you could think of, heated seats, keyless start, sat nav, stop start, you name it, it's got it. Electric boot. So I thought, yeah, that actually would replace my my EcoSport that I won. And the other one I got tickets for, yeah, I know I've gone a bit nuts this week, is the Roller Team Autoroller 746 motorhome. Now, I always said I wouldn't play for a motorhome because it's too big. I mean, it's 7.5 meters long. It's like 24.5 foot long, and it's like, well, where can you park this in a small little village or beach town car park? You wouldn't be able to park it anywhere. And then I thought, yeah, having said that, wouldn't you just drive to a campsite near a town on a Friday night? Now, I've got a folding electric push bike. So if you would drive to near a local town on a Friday night, you could park up and you could go for a nice stroll around the countryside, because that's the whole point of camping, isn't it? To be out in the fresh air. So you'd be out in the fresh air or going for a bike ride or whatever, come back to your little hotel on wheels, make yourself something to eat, chill out, watch the TV for half an hour, read a book, and just generally relax. That's surely the whole point of going camping in the countryside. Because this one's even got the full shower, toilet. It's got a television in there as well, which pulls out on a, where is it? There it is. It pulls out of a sort of a slot thing in the cupboard. You can put a bigger TV in that because there's a bigger space in it. But it's got a TV in there. It's got everything you could imagine is in there. Full oven. So yeah, it's like hotel on wheels. So you could park that up as your base for the weekend, and then just go out for a stroll, ride on your bike. So I bought a ticket for that because I talked myself into it, which I do. These voices in my head, I need to have them sorted. £5,000 comes with that as well, which is just as well, because I couldn't park that anywhere near my house, so that would have to go into storage anyway, which is going to cost me about 40 quid a month. But there we are, it's the price you have to pay if you want that prize. So looking at this, I've got one on this motorhome, I've got one on this Audi Quattro S3, I've got one on the Skoda Octavia, and I've got two on Monday's camper van. So I haven't worked out how much I spent, but it's a lot more than I would have spent on BOTB, isn't it? Anyway, that's it for today. Enjoy your weekend, guys. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go for a drive somewhere in my car, just to get out and experience it and get out for the day. I'll speak to you in the comments. Cheers, everyone. Good luck.